not gonna be able to use the last footage. So it probably go for me doing the first two headlights and another step. This is the third step, and I got one more step after that. I'll see if I can get Clay to cut it out. I'm through with the cutting process. That's all three steps. Two of the steps I use two different types of sandpaper. Third step I used the wool pad. I did use the wool pad in between that because I had overuse of cutting cream on the headlight. I didn't want to waste it, so I just used the wool pad to buff it in because it would have been easier to use the wool pad to buff it in. I'm about to glaze it. After I finish glazing, I'm going to get it a ceramic wax, paste wax for a base coat, and I'll be through with it. Headlight. I'm gonna use the same ceramic paste wax that I use on the body of the car. Man, I knew something was wrong. That blue car that Carly wanted me to start, it was right there. It's gone. I don't know what he did. Hopefully I won't have to mess with it. I don't mind that being on there. I won't go look for it. I knew something was wrong when I came in here this morning. Big blue X7 is not there. Maybe he gave it to him like that. I didn't see it across the street when I was leaving. All right. All right, that's good. If you can keep recording, I'm gonna get the ceramic paste wax and put on there. Then I'm gonna pull off all the tape and start wiping the wax off the car. Well, not off the car, but the SUV. That's how I look before I put the ceramic coating. I gotta remember to say the word ceramic coating because I'm not used to using ceramic wax. I usually use carnauba. But I wanted to see how the ceramic wax was gonna do. So I bought a kit. I bought a ceramic wax kit. This is my first time using it. So that's why I can't see a lot now. I gotta wait till overall. Okay, I'm stepping over here. That's good. You go ahead and walk around and then you do another walk around when I take the wax off. That on there. Right, I'm gonna start pulling the tape out so I can start taking the wax off. And cheesy ass microfiber. All right. Body shops are known for using this kind of tape. I don't really like it, but I was running out of tape, so I had to use the little roller I had. I'd rather use the yellow tape. It sticks better. This tape here tears up easy when you're trying to pull it off. Probably gonna have to do the outside windows later, but I should have enough time to take the wax off. And maybe I could do the outside window. I'll find out. Now, I know a lot of detailers wouldn't cover this up. They have wax all up in there, wax all around up in here. Wax should be all up in here, all across here. And once you get wax on all that, it's impossible to get it to look right. I'd rather take the time to take the car off and not have to worry about that than have a shiny car with a bunch of wax in it. Or it can permanently turn somebody's molding a different color and can't figure out how to fix it, or don't have the necessary equipment or supplies to fix it. I'm like, you ain't got to fix something if you don't break it or mess it up. This is a hassle, no doubt about it. Damn, taping shit up is a hassle. One of the biggest hassles of doing exterior buff, cutting buff, paint correction, whatever you want to call it. But since I taped it up, I'm about to get a little wax out of the little dust out of the door jambs, because I pulled the tape off after I did the initial cut. But it's not going to be as much as it would be if I didn't take nothing up. All right. Let me see. I'm gonna take this blanket off the hood and I'm gonna give y'all a shot. No, I'll just wait. Show you the engine after I complete the job. Excuse me. I could have used this DA to put the glaze on when I glazed it yesterday. I could have used the DA on the last buffing step of the headlights. I choose not to use it because I used a heavy duty Makita 7-inch buffer, and it cuts deeper because it's heavier. So I just like the extra protection of using the Makita to do the glaze. Hopefully it'll help me get the swirls out better. Been using something that's lighter. Plus I'm working with old paint too. Paint that's in good shape considered the gear model, and this being a 4x4. Now if this wasn't a 4x4, then I would say the paint is not in good shape. But people don't buy 4x4 because they like the 4x4 emblem on the vehicle. They buy it because it's 4-wheel drive and they can go maneuvering in it more than they could in a 2-wheel drive. That's why they buy it. So under that condition and circumstances, it looked good. Every car and SUV or regular truck I've done that had a bug guard leave this imprint. It's how they bolt it down and it stays there and it leaves a permanent shadow. Be it you having one on your sunroof to block the sun, some of the sun, when you have your sunroof open, or be it you have that bug deflector right there on the hood. It's gonna leave an imprint. But you focus on the headlights, since I've got the headlights completely done. Then you can come back to the body of the 4Runner. Yeah, it has some tree sap spots that's prominent, and some a little rock chips here and there, and a few water spots. But overall, this paint turned out good. And I repeat again, especially for 4-wheel drive. that's at least 20 years old, black, that's been four-wheeling, I think it turned out real good. Even if I didn't do this car and somebody else done it, and they done the job that I done here, and especially if I start out before he or I guess I should say she too, did it, I would say the same thing. That it was a good job. I remember years ago, I would have kept on working on it thinking I could get it better. Sometimes I made it worse, and sometimes regardless how hard I worked on it, it didn't get no better. That's one of the hardest things a detailer have to learn is how far to go with something. With the chemicals like the acid on the rims, when you're doing the acid wash, trying to remove water spots, how strong to use the acid, how long to let the acid sit, what parts of the vehicle you don't want the acid to get on, all that stuff is something that takes a detailer a while to get figured out. But that's pretty much like any job, I guess. You do it long enough, you start learning certain things about the job. Okay. I'm gonna go up top and get this top piece. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get the wax off the top, front and back. Passenger and driver side. That way I don't have to get back up here.
Don't you notice your phone ringing?
Yeah, I heard something.
Okay.
I heard it. It's like somebody was trying to cut in, but you know I'm not used to a headset, and even if it was, I wasn't answering it. Did you see who it was?
Joshua.
Huh?
Joshua.
Josh? Josh. Oh, okay. All right. That's the other detailer. Thank you. I'll have to hit him back. I'm gonna go get this off, then I'm gonna do the other side, take the wax off, then I'm gonna get back on the body. Do you know what time it is?
I cannot see the time now.
Okay. What about your phone?
You want me to go and look at my
yeah,
phone?
you can go do it and come right. Well, wait till I get over there by your phone. I'll be on the other side in a few minutes. Then you can tell me. I'm just curious on where I'm at on time. Hold on for a second. I'm gonna hit this and then I'm gonna go get the other side top. Top in the front and top in the back. Man, that look real good. For a 20-year-old car, it's holding down the shine. After I get the wax off the front, up top, I don't have to get back up on this ladder. I'll have all the wax off the top. I wouldn't interrupt me recording to answer the phone anyway. Even if I knew how to do it, I wouldn't do that. This is business. I'm trying to get through, so I wouldn't answer the phone till afterward. What's up, bro? What time is it? 10:13. All right. I'll have this white out by the time they get here. Hey, Josh, I got a car out there. I got to prep a new car. So when you bring yours in, just park right there. It ain't gonna take me maybe about 30 minutes to prep it. All right. Pull that white one out, cause you come to get it. Pull that white one behind, not that X7. Yeah, the Volkswagen. If you will, pull it behind the BMW right there. And that way you can move that over there. The salesman told me he come to get it in the morning. As soon as he get here, probably around 11 or something. I don't have to get back up there. I'm gonna barely make the time. I'll have all this wax off of here. I'll come back and do the finished outside window better than this. Okay, switch over to my roll around chair. flight work tomorrow. He worked through Wednesday. He's switching shifts. I'll get him to see if he can edit that. I'm supposed to be putting some of the ceramic coating wax on this car that I did the headlights on last weekend, last Saturday. I ran out of time. He got busy, and I was busy working on this and doing my regular job. I didn't get a chance to do it. I'll probably do it for tomorrow. Okay, the tires are shined up. Come over here for a minute. I want you to shine up in here. I mean, say shoot video of this, and in here. See if the audience that look at this video see up in here. You can't even. It's hard to tell that I buffed this car as many times I did. The tape didn't allow all the dust and compound to get in these cracks. And like I said, yeah, it's a headache taping up of any car or any vehicle, especially one as big as this. But when you open the doors and you don't see wax all over the place, it's worth it in the long run. Same thing about me unlock this door. And let's just see. Let me go right there. You shine up in there, there's no wax in those cracks. And that's what the tape do. It stop a lot of the dust, and it stop wax, and you could say compound and wax. Because compound and waxes are two different things. Compound is what you're using to buff with. The wax could be like a hand wax or some glaze wax, or maybe some kind of canoe wax that you buffing into the paint. But you don't see no dust. You know what I mean? And you don't see no wax in the crack. And that's why I use the tape. You ask me it's a lot more work? Hell yeah, it's a lot more work. But it's gonna be work either way. So this helped prevent a lot of unnecessary work. I don't have nothing against the work. If I did, I wouldn't be detailing, because detailing is a lot of work. It's a physical job. But I only want to clean what need to be cleaned, and I don't want to spend a lot of time fixing stuff that I didn't have to fix if I did things different. I'll never forget when I got my first job at Nissan. It just happened to be in Berrien, across the street from where I was living, in an apartment complex. The service manager was born the same year as me. And after he introduced himself, we already knew each other because I was a builder. I was doing some of his used cars for them at my own spot, and they hired me as an employee. And he told me, said, you know, if I wanted to, I could have hired a younger guy, not a guy in your age group or my age group. He said, I'm hiring you because I expect one thing. It ain't got nothing to do with speed. It got something to do with you doing the car one time and one time only, and you don't have to go back and redo it again. Big stuff you didn't do. He said, if I wanted somebody faster, I would have hired a younger detailer. So when you detail a car for me, I don't want a lot of stuff found not done, and you got to do the car again. That's why I'm hiring you. I'm not hiring you for speed. I'm hiring you for quality of work. He said, if you don't have time to do it right the first time, when will you have time to do it right? And that stuck with me. He told me that in 2011. It's been 12 years. And that stick with me. I believe, and what made it stick with me is because I believe in the same thing. If you can't get it right the first time, you're not going to have time to get it right. Because anytime you spend in, it's costing you money, and it's slowing up your production if you working for a business, being a salon or dealership. They're not gonna keep you around long as you have to go back fixing the stuff that supposed to been fixed at first. And that's what I tell everybody, especially the younger generation. Get it right the first time. Some listen, some don't. Wow, man, I'm telling you, I'm highly impressed. Not at my skills, but the way the truck turned out. But I'm a long way from being impressed on my quality of work. That's for beginners. Not nobody been doing this as long as me. Some of the jobs, I was like, wow, it turned out better than I thought. Because I'd be a lie to say I know all I'm going to turn out a certain way, because I don't. But my actual skills to make it look a certain way, I'm not surprised about that. I didn't stay in there this long to have somebody think I'm a beginner. And that's why I call myself a professional. So a lot of things could be said about me. Some might be good, some might be bad. But professional is not what's said about me. Nobody can say that and be honestly telling the damn truth, because that's not true. I'm professional when it comes down to detailing this don't even live in me. It's just the way it is. All right. Man, got all the wax off. I beat the time. Only thing I gotta do is go back and do the wonders. And I do that later. I'm gonna pop this hood, and since I'm a little taller than my camera person, I am going to show you the hood and walk around the car real quick. Stop it for me.